Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. I hope that you have all had an amazing weekend. It is the 6th of Jan, and we are just about to do a daily market outlook going into this week. So I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's had an amazing weekend so far. Well, so far it's over. But yeah, let's dive straight into the markets because they've started to move early in Monday, which is always a good sign. Always a good sign when volume comes into the markets early on, rather than obviously a bit more choppier. So as you guys can currently see right now, we're in the dollar. So we're analyzing the dollar as we speak. And we are currently still in this 4-hour range, and we've now met our 4-hour demand. So as you guys know, I've been talking about for all last week, our 4-hour range being from here to here, and our main demand area being this demand area, or you can refine it to this last candle here. And we finally made it. We did have a roadblock where we talked about the market potentially reacting from this area, which, as you guys can see, last week we tend to just kept reacting. We fell down into it here, we bounced back up, we come back down, we bounce back up, we come back down, we bounce back up. So we was playing around a lot inside this demand area, but as you guys can see, we obviously didn't get the move away from there, and we're now currently in this 4-hour demand area, which I expect the market to continue on upwards to create a new higher high. So pretty clear for you guys to probably see. If you guys are already starting to mark up your charts, that is all I'm interested currently right now, is dollar from this demand area, and then vice versa for the pairs that correlate. So first step that we need to understand, and first thing we need to obviously analyze, is this first area here. This first 4-hour supply will be our, as I always say, roadblock. Like, this will be where the market will tend to either react from and carry on down, or react from and then carry on upwards. So I expect to see the smaller time frames, carry on bullish, and then probably, consolidate, and then hopefully carry on. If we see this and we see a significant break, then I would be going break even on the other pairs, because we could just carry on this downwards. So obviously understand that, this is going to be our first area of supply that we need to keep an eye on. But hopefully we can see this. Hopefully we can just get that trend to carry on upwards going into this week, to then go and break a new 4-hour and daily higher high. And the reason I like that as well is because if you look how clean of a trend line this is, that is, pretty much just liquidity sat there. So with that being a 1-hour, or 15-minute 1-hour clean downwards trend, like there's no real, there's no real like movement up or down. It's just kind of like a clean 1-hour, 15-minute downtrend, which obviously a lot of stop losses are all going to be above this high. So understand that I expect the dollar to stay bullish because of this, and I hope everyone's stop losses get hit on the other pairs that are obviously that are correlating to this pair. So yes, 4-hour is bullish. We're in a 4-hour demand area, but also understand that, as I've just said, we are still in this 1-hour downwards trend from here. So we would need to see this 1-hour lower high broke. So 1-hour lower high, and then we've got our 1-hour lower low here. So we would expect to see this broke. And if we do break this, then yes, we expect the bullishness to carry on upwards from here. So that is for the dollar. Hopefully that is clear. We don't need to go down to any lower time frames. Going over to GU, currently, as you guys can see, I like this 4-hour supply area here. I've been talking about it for a while, and obviously I do like this area. One thing I noticed is obviously we are currently reacting from this little area here, which I don't like because of the imbalance in this, supply area here. So again, I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to trade it. That's just me being truthful. And the only reason I would trade this if we get a double break. So if we can break below this low on GU, so let's say we can get this. If we can get break, then that will potentially, you can sell. That's one of my frameworks. Or if we get a double break and we break this area and in this area, I will 100% then be looking to sell this market down. So I would prefer to wait for a double break on GU, just because of this clean supply area that I like. Also understand though that we have just created pretty much equal highs. So before New York session, could we see this? So either that's what could happen, or can we see us come into this demand area here. Oh, let me just move that here. Jesus, what is going on? Coming into this demand area here, 1 hour demand area. And then can we potentially see this happen? So we have this, sweep of these highs, and then we get the move that we want to go downwards. So that could be early inducement to get early sellers in. And that's why I also won't be participating in GU currently. But yes, we've got our 1 hour higher low here, and also our 1 hour higher high just about here. So you want to make sure that you're still understanding that we are in a 1 hour uptrend. So demand is still in control until we break that demand area and break that trend. So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. So longs from here, sells from here. Obviously only really prioritizing sells if we break below this 1 hour demand. And it's the same with the dollar really. If you want extra confirmation, wait to break above this so that when you do break above this, you then 100% know that we are obviously bullish on the dollar. This leads me to EU. This one looks a little bit more cleaner because it is more of a valid supply zone. So yes, we're in this 4 hour range. We've got our 4 hour lower high and our 4 hour lower low. So our 4 hour range is from here to here. So we are in that 4 hour range right now. And we have come up to rebalance this whole leg. And this is a valid supply area. So with that being said, I expect the markets to obviously carry on downwards from here. And obviously create a new lower low, but also understand that we have to play the lower time frames as well as the higher time frames. So understand that I expect this 1 hour demand area to be our first area of roadblock area, our first area of a bit of trouble basically. So we've got a 1 hour higher low as well as this 1 hour higher high. So I would not rule out, of course I would not rule out and I will prioritize this coming into this supply zone like this, and then potentially getting movement away. Just because of 1 hour is bullish, unless we get the break. So if we can right now see a movement away from this and break this low, then I would be looking to participate in this. And I'd probably look to participate in this from a one structure break rather than a two structure break, just because it's in a more of a valid supply zone than GU currently, if that makes sense. So they're the two scenarios, very similar to GU. So hopefully you guys, hopefully that makes sense to you guys. NU and AU, I don't like the look of at all, so I'm not going to talk about NU or AU. But as we can see currently, we have got USD CHF looking extremely similar to the US dollar. So obviously we expect the dollar to go up, we expect USD CHF to go up as well. So as you guys can see, we are currently right now in between this higher low and this higher high on the 4 hour. So we have come back to rebalance this whole leg. We've come back to rebalance this whole leg, fill in this imbalance and tap into this demand. Now, I expect obviously moving up away from here to carry on upwards, but also understand that, yes, we have to play the lower time frames. So if you're buying from this area, understand that your first area of supply that you need to worry about is here. Your first area of supply is to worry about here. It's 1 hour supply, 4 hour, it looks like a 4 hour, 1 hour supply. It is what it is. So what would be more better for you guys is to see a break. So we can get this. So either you play the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame and you wait to see a break and you get in from the lower time frames, and then also understand that you need to keep an eye out on this area. And then see how it reacts. If it reacts like this and we get a break of the low, then obviously you can go break even on this trade. Or what we can wait for is, if you're a bit more like sitting on your hands, wait for a break of this. If you can get a break of this high, this lower high, then the change of trend will happen on the 1 hour, and that will mean that it will be more of a confirmation to participate in this on buys. So understand that you're either going to play the lower time frames or you're going to play the 1 hour time frame. If the 15-minute time frame might look a little bit more choppy, and that's where you'll make more mistakes, of course. But what I would wait for is, if you look at this currently right now, we obviously were creating lower lows, lower high, lower low. This should have created a lower high and a lower low. It hasn't. We've come back up, and we seem to now be breaking above this. So we can carry on like this. And let's say you break above this area like this, I would then, look to participate in the lower time frame. So our first area that I would wait for it to break above, would be this area here. And if you can break above this supply zone, this little candle, then it will be all go buy, 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 buy. So hopefully that is easy enough to understand for you guys on this video that are watching. That leads me to USD CAD. As you guys can see, what USD CAD has done is it's used, and we talked about this area before all week, but we had reactions from this area and we created a little trend line, and now the markets have completely, wiped out this demand area, took out this demand area to come and rebalance the full area. So naturally, as you guys can see, we did have this demand area below that didn't get mitigated from these two areas here, but now we've come back and now we've took out any of the stop losses below here, took out the liquidity, took out all of these demand areas that we had, and it's met the extreme of the demand area. So as you guys can see, let's get rid of this. Might look a little bit more cleaner. You'll be able to see that now I expect the markets to go up from here. So let me just get this up. I expect the markets to move away from this area and carry on upwards from here, which is the exact same as the USD CHF and the US dollar as well. So pretty easy to understand from this. Clean, area demand, clean imbalance, clean liquidity taken. So obviously wait for you guys to have either the confirmation or you guys can go to lower time frames and obviously buy this now. But that'll be our first 4-hour supply area, which we would need to break for extra confirmation to long this upwards. So hopefully that makes sense. That leads me to GJ, and GJ currently broke above this 4-hour supply that we mentioned. So we are no longer in the 1-hour trend in this 4-hour supply, and we met the extreme, which is more cleaner. Like I always say to a lot of people, I would need to wait extra confirmation in these supplies just because of the imbalance and the cleaner looking supply or demand areas. But this supply area is a lot more cleaner than just these two areas where we had a little pullback. So that's why I'm a lot more patient with waiting to participate in these areas. Now, looking at this currently, it's going to refill in this imbalance here, and this will be our first demand area that we need to wait for. So 1 hour still in control whilst in a 4-hour downtrend. So what I would need to wait for GJ is, can we see a break of this low? If we can, I would then be looking at participating to sell this downwards, but also understand that GJ currently is still in this 1-hour uptrend, and we could, see us carry this trend on upwards, of course. So again, play what you can see. 1 hour is bullish, 4-hour is bearish. We need to be in alignment with the 4-hour and the 1 hour in order for us to be confident enough to participate in this trade, if that makes sense. So hopefully it does, but we are moving away from this supply area. So we are trapped between this supply and demand currently. Euro Japanese yen, I don't really like the look of it. It's come above these. If anything, I want to see it go into these higher demand areas here. There was no confirmation. And then looking at USD Japanese yen, you'll be able to see that we are currently in a supply area. So we've been talking about a supply area. We've got our daily higher high and our 4-hour higher low. So we are in that uptrend from a higher time frame, and also the 1 hour is in an uptrend as well. So if you look at the 4-hour, this is our 4-hour and 1 hour demand area and our 4-hour higher low. This is our daily and 4-hour higher high. Let me just draw this out. So from this low to this high, this is our range that we're in currently. Now, as you guys can see, 4-hour daily is bullish. 1 hour is bullish as well. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see that we have clear higher highs, higher lows. We've reacted from this daily, this 1 hour demand, and we are now in this area of supply. So this is where it can get a bit trickier, because naturally we'd want to see this low get broken to confirm that this goes down. So again, understand that what I would wait for is understand that the 1 hour is still in control. So this 4-hour demand area is probably most likely what would carry this trend on upwards to rebalance this market. But also understand that, yes, if we expect the others to go down, if we can get a break below this low, it's a bit more riskier, and you've got to understand that. And then obviously you can look to participate in this to carry on downwards if you do not want to buy from here. Or you can sell if you can get the confirmations on a lower time frame and buy from this area, so that you can then hedge the markets and see if supply or demand works. And either way, I'd be happy to lose 1% here or 1% here, because if supply works and I lose 1% of this demand area, I'm still going to be holding my supply trade, and vice versa for the opposite way. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys on here. And that's pretty much it for now. Keep an eye on the dollar, keep an eye on the lower time frames, and make sure that you guys are obviously following them trends. What I'd expect right now is this 15-minute supply area is in control, this supply area here. So as you guys can see, we're having a little reaction from this 15-minute supply. What I would want to see is a break above this area here. So if we can get this little pullback that's happening now and a break above this, that would then confirm for me that this will potentially carry on bullish from this area. So hopefully you guys understand that pretty clear. I tried to explain it to the best of my abilities. But yeah, that is the daily market outlook for the 6th of January 2025. So make sure that you guys are on the charts. Make sure that you guys are sharp with your minds. And yeah, obviously I know that I talk a lot about different frameworks because in my strategy have 4 different frameworks, and that basically means that I teach, or I can tell people how to trade 4 different ways from this obviously strategy. So again, when I talk about different frameworks, lower time frame, higher time frame, I obviously understand that you guys don't quite understand the full detail of me explaining what I am explaining. So you know, I do apologize for that, but any questions that you guys have, feel free to obviously, you know, ask inside of the chat at any time. But other than that, guys, I appreciate every single one of you, and I will you know, catch up with you guys very, very, very soon. Take care and God bless.